What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? TikTok. People been talking about buying TikTok because you know
Wow.
they trying to ban it, and the Supreme Court just said, well, I don't know exactly when they said it, but they said because they was TikTok was trying to say that's against our rights or whatever to ban it, and then the Supreme Court said that our national security overrules y'all claim to the amendment or the just our constitution or whatever. Our national security overrides that because they say TikTok be giving all the information over to the Chinese government. So yeah, so they overruled that, and then TikTok has a potential to be banned coming up soon. I think it's soon.
The
And
19th.
yeah, and what's his name? The dude that be on Shark Tank. Not
Mark
Mark
Cuban?
Cuban. Not Mark
Oh.
Cuban. The Kevin O'Leary. That's his name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So him and another guy. He said he had another guy that's going. They're working on a plan to buy it. And they're working with Joe Biden right now, but you know obviously Trump is going to be in the White House soon, so he got to work with. And he put it out. He was doing like some interview or something, but he was like, "Yeah, we're working on buying it, and we got to work with the government, but so it doesn't. I guess so it doesn't get banned or something before they get because it's a multi-billion-dollar deal, so it takes a while to get those to go through. But yeah, man, they talking about buying it, and then somebody mentioned like Elon Musk. Which the thing with Elon Musk is he already has, or Twitter or X or whatever you call it, and you don't really need one person owning all of like you don't want monopolies, man. You don't want monopolies. So is you want other people to get it, and I don't even know if Elon Musk wants to buy because he's never said he wanted to buy TikTok, but even if he's in a running because his adjacency to Trump and all of that, you don't really want that to happen. Even though I think well, he's probably I don't know if necessarily the best entrepreneur we got right now, or I would say like CEO that we got right now, like or most active, because that motherfucker he got like 10 companies that feel like SpaceX, the Tesla, the solar roof thing that he's doing, Twitter or X. Like the man, he just said in some interview that he be working like 110 hours a week. Yeah, like
Wow.
crazy. But yeah, what's your thoughts on like one TikTok getting banned and two like American person buying it? Like, cause I feel like there's even after somebody buys it, there's gonna have to be a lot that goes into like rewiring because like all things is on some server. All right, so are you gonna replace the entire server and put it in somewhere else? Are you gonna then rework all of the backing of the software so it's not some like loophole that China can still get into? Like, how much are the person that buys it going to put the time in and resources after they done spent billions of dollars to change it completely, or is it like what are you gonna do? So what's your thoughts, man?
I'm gonna let you go, Britney.
And do y'all use TikTok? I don't use TikTok, so I don't know. But,
I
do
don't
y'all
use
use TikTok?
TikTok either. Mm-mm. I'm not on
Well,
TikTok.
excuse me.
I know
I do use
Brittany's a social
TikTok.
media person, so she be known.
Yeah. I also want to be a full-time content creator, so
Yeah.
TikTok, I use it, but I feel like if you don't have a goal, like a literal goal to become successful with TikTok, it's just a literal, just a everyday social media platform. It's not gonna really matter to you. But if you're trying to get an income off of it, it's kind of like, ooh, why are we getting rid of this? They gotta find a different loophole, basically.
Yeah.
But
Did the
I feel
people
like
on
you can't
TikTok
ever
that's
delete
like
TikTok.
big? Not because you. Did the people on
So
TikTok that's
I feel like
big?
the same years ago.
Did they like feel like were they like nervous? Like, cause you remember like Vine. when people found out Vine was going, like the people that was big on Vine, like then what you gonna do? Like was that like kind of the feel on like TikTok when it first started getting talked about being banned?
True. That's actually a really good example because if we're going to use that example with Vine, your audience is going to follow you wherever you go. If you build a real intimate following, like for y'all tuning into Outside the Pulse, if something were to ever happen, you're going to feel like you're in tune with us. So you're going to follow us with our journey. Because that's how I am with a lot of creators, even with Vine. Like, you don't forget those people that you've connected with online. So I feel like if we do get rid of TikTok and they come up with a different platform, your audience is going to follow you. That's how I honestly feel. If you have real people that are there watching you, real supporters, they're going to follow you on whatever platform you go to.
But that's your job as the creator to connect with them that way.
That's true.
Because there are lots of examples of creators that they got banned over here, and then or like something happened to that account over there, and then getting them to come back ain't as much. So it's like you got to build that community and stuff like that. You know, communication.
There it is.
Communication.
There it is.
But yeah, so do you think somebody? Well, I'll let Scott go.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on Twitter a lot. Or X. So like I see there's a lot of commentary around it. It is a hot topic up there. Um, but kind of like what you hit on, Brittany, it is. I feel like it just affects people differently. Some people just go up there for entertainment purposes, like they just watch funny videos and stuff. The videos end up on Twitter anyway, so it is not too much of an impact, and that's really one of the big reasons I really never got on TikTok is because really most of the stuff, the trends and stuff, it translated over to X anyway. So you see it there, it's gonna come over there on X. So that's one thing, and then what you hit on, Key. I feel like it defeats the purpose of them to buy the company, and there still be a situation where China has access or a loophole to still get the data and information that they was receiving. Um, I feel like that's the issue. So I feel like if they buy this, they gonna have to redesign it. Start like the server, especially. Whether that's create
That's
a
where
new one.
everything at the server.
Yeah,
So
they'll probably have to create a new one or completely modify it so that you know that access China doesn't have that access. Otherwise, it just defeats the purpose of them making the deal.
yeah, I don't know, like me, like I don't use it, but I just feel like one, if it does get banned, there's creative people, like people are gonna come up with another thing, just like when Vine disappeared, when Snapchat was dying down, like it's kind of revamped now, but when Snapchat was dying down, new stuff popped up. When this was dying down, new stuff popped up, and anytime there's a gap in the market, somebody's gonna fill that gap. Like so, that's gonna happen. But as far as like if they sell it, like just don't sell it to somebody that already has social media. Like so, don't sell it to Mark Zuckerberg. Don't sell it to the people that's already owning the stuff. Sell it to somebody new, but also have a contingency in place. Like, hey, we need y'all to work on the back end of this stuff because the whole reason of we taking it from them is so we can not give our data to them. So, but yeah, man, that's it, man. Old ticky tock. But I think on the creative side too, like, yeah, all the content. I think the whole thing with social media, all the content is on pretty much all the platforms. Like most of the stuff you look at, like you will see some version of it, if not that version of it, on all the other platforms. The only difference is how the creators like grow on said platforms. Like the way people grow on TikTok is different than the way people grow on Instagram, the way people grow on Facebook, the way people grow on X, the way people grow on YouTube. Like that's the only difference. Like for a person that just watches it, you just watching it. It's like just like you watch sports. Sports could be on ESPN. It could be on Peacock. It could be on a streaming service. It could be whatever. All I'm doing is watching it. Just tell me where I got to go and see it, and as long as it don't hinder, like, make me go out of my way, then cool. But
Yeah. I do feel like it'll have a big impact on the music industry. You know, because TikTok, them sounds, that's where
Yeah.
people, these artists get them streams going up, these trends and stuff like that.
But I don't think that affects the artists as much. Now, yes, artists, they get the numbers or the perceived numbers, but that doesn't translate to them selling units necessarily, and that doesn't translate to them when they go on tour. Like, people that's hearing your song on TikTok ain't necessarily gonna go watch you on tour. Like, you just some catchy song that they heard. So I don't think that affects the artists. I think that more affects the labels, because the labels make the money off of the artists, and we hear it all the time of music business. Well, I feel like it's all businesses of how a lot of artists and stuff is getting screwed over because of their deals, which I don't even know if it's necessarily screwed over, because a lot of these artists, you had the ability, especially nowadays, they'll blow up off a song and then go run and sign a deal. How about you do some work yourself? Go do a couple shows, make you a couple money, get some people around you to help build something, and then go get a deal, instead of just running and trying to, they told me they're gonna give me $1 million. Okay, well, that comes with things. When you sign these contracts, that come with things. Like, you don't just get to sign a contract for X amount of dollars, especially when you're talking about big money, and think that's not gonna come with something. And yeah, but yeah,
They just getting an advance. That's all it is. When they sign that, they just get the money get advanced out. They gotta complete all these obligations to make that money back. And if they make more than what they advance, then they pocket that. But
sometimes,
but when you
depends
talking
on what
about
they
three, they advance you 3-4 million. You don't even got a strong foundation, like a following.
no,
Like, you just had a song that blew up on social media.
bingo.
Now you gotta work on it and put another hit out. Like, the label, they give you the platform where you can release your music and stuff. But if it ain't good, it ain't good. If it ain't gonna generate, hey, the label's still gonna want that money back.
Yeah, man. People gotta understand business side of things a lot more. Like, when you're getting into business, like when you start talking about like serious money, like you ain't talking about, all right, you feel me? You went to the farmer's market and you made a couple dollars on the weekend. You made $500,000 at your little pop up shop. No, you talking about you done opened up a damn store and the rent is $15,000 every single month, and people got to come in there, and that's before you hired anybody, put product on the shelves. People, you got to get people in the door. Like, there's a difference. Like, there's a vast difference. So when you in the music game, all right, boom, you got your little song hot or whatever, and you can make maybe some money off of YouTube and make a couple money here. But you talking about, we putting real money in your pockets, traveling you around, putting you in front of these people. We gon' need that advance back and some. Because I just gave you $3 million. I don't even know if you gonna work out. You might not make another hit. That might have been your one hit. Now I gotta figure out, hey, how do I get this money back and some? Because imagine you sitting. You got millions of dollars in your pocket. You just gave it to somebody else, expecting them to come back with more. You don't know if it's going to work out. All you know is I got the resources to put them in position. What can you do? You going to want a lot of money that back. You ain't going to just want your $1 million back, your $500,000 back. You going, that $500,000 got turned into $2 million, or I shouldn't even did it.
Yeah.
Like, I could have did five. I could have put that 500,000 in a lot more places than on you.